for the new season. Manchester United, Real Madrid, everybody is trying to improve their squad. They want to be winning their title next season. Nobody wants stories. Welcome to Vote Sports on Vote 104.3 FM. Today we are going to be talking about transfer news again, especially Manchester United. They are making big moves. They are making moves, lovely moves in the transfer market. I am here with the guys to discuss all that is happening in the transfer window. Good morning, John. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Good morning.
How are you, Nonso?
When United you talk, they face query. You are facing big query from Everton fan.
Okay, guys. Remember, we are live every day on YouTube. We are live now at Vote FM Sports. We are live on Vote FM Sports. You can join us live and drop your comments. We'll be reading live here in the studio. And also, you can join the conversation here with us in the studio. The number to call is 076 048 5853. So, okay, guys, let's talk about Manchester United first, because we cannot start the show without talking about Manchester United. Now, they have agreed to sign Leny Yoro from France. So, if you look at this, everybody was looking at Brightweight, Delete, even Ta. Suddenly from nowhere, even though there were rumors before that are going to sign this your 18-year-old boy, but he preferred Real Madrid at the same time. Nonso always had this problem of players trying to choose other clubs then changing their mind. He's always arguing about Delete, trying that he didn't want to sign for Manchester United. Now he wants to sign for Manchester United. But this young boy did almost the same thing. He was waiting for Real Madrid, John. He was waiting for Real Madrid to come, but Real Madrid is probably don't need a defender. So he is accepted to go to Manchester United. How are you seeing this transfer? Do you think it's going to be an improvement for Manchester United?
For me, this transfer now, nothing against the young man and his talent, nothing against the way he plays and the club he plays for, but I feel like I think it's one of those deals where maybe in later on in the season you find out if Manchester United have got a good deal or not. That's what I think, because it's not maybe the stellar signing that we are looking for. It's not the big name that Manchester United fans have been looking for.
They're signing for 50 million euros plus add-ons.
Who is looking for big names now?
Irrespective.
Who is looking for big names now?
So for me, I don't see this is somebody you sign to, strengthen what you have in your defense, not somebody you sign to come and be the defender or be your strong line defense or whatever. So
what do you think?
He doesn't see the France League One.
He has played.
This is okay. We're singing praises of Lamine Yamal because everybody sees what he does at Barcelona. Everybody saw what he did at the at the Euro 2024. He has played 60 matches for Lille. He started playing since he was 16 or 17 because this 60 matches, and in those 60 matches he has always put up a man of the match performance. You understand? And now Real Madrid wanted him, but the thing is, Real Madrid wanted to play trick they played with Mbappe, and the club is not having it. This is where you test someone's loyalty. He's loyal to the club. The club said, "See, we need money. We've collected 50 million from United, and we are going to still get maybe plus or minus up to 70 million. It's about 50 million pounds plus or minus. It will get to 62 million pounds in total in add-ons. Now, the club are telling him, we need this money, and he's like, okay, fine. When is Real Madrid calling? And they're telling him, Real Madrid is telling us we want you for 20 million pounds. Now his valuation.
They're even waiting for him to finish his contract.
The thing is, Real Madrid have committed a bid before now for 25 million pounds. In total, that's plus add-ons, so which means 2 million pounds for the player and add-ons of 5 million pounds. And the club is like, no, this player is valued at 40 million. His contract expires next year. Give us 45 million, we will accept it. But Real Madrid is playing games, and they are saying, okay, fine. Since you want to be stubborn, we'll wait till next year. Let's see how it goes. And Man jumped the cannon, went in there, cost the player, because the same happened in 2011. After all, the player came to play for Man United. People will say, who is this player? After going all the way in France, being the big name in France in 2011, wanted by Man United, he went for Real Madrid. He ended up in Real Madrid, becoming the biggest defender in Real Madrid history. Now, one of the biggest, not the biggest, one of the biggest defender in Real Madrid history. Now, after everything, he came to Man United. He came to Man United to play just 2 seasons, and now he's going to Como. Rafael Varane.
Okay, Varane. Okay.
Now, look at this same issue is going to happen with Leny, but he doesn't want to take that part. He doesn't want to go. Who is going to be playing in Real Madrid? There's a Militao. There's enough. There's defensive line. You understand? We will know. Okay, fine. If he goes to Real Madrid now,
He won't.
Nacho is already left for Saudi. So which definitely means he's going to come in to replace Nacho, which Nacho is not a starting defender. So you're coming to replace another bench warmer. You see the difference. So Man United is the best option because Man United right now need a squad for the now
And for the future.
and for the future. Man United is not just building to okay, fine. People will say Man United are not winning trophies. Let's leave FA Cups and all of that. They're not winning Premier League. The Man United that we are looking at now is not Man United you want to start winning trophy. You want them to build. You want to see progress in the lineup, in the backroom staff, and the players on the pitch first. So Lenioro is the big positive addition to that squad. Anytime, any day.
Now they are probably going to complete that deal.
It's already completed.
Tomorrow officially. Now, who do you think they should go next? Please, no. So don't come and say that the league will not continue, because now if you look at it now, the same thing you are complaining about the league. You almost did the same thing. Almost.
He did not.
No, almost. Check it now.
Okay.
Somebody comes to buy you, and you say, "Let me wait for this person to come. Let's see if what Real Madrid will do." Real Madrid says, "Okay, we are not able to buy you this season. If you can wait next season or for free, or you can take this huge amount of or this small amount of money."
When the Leeds rejected Man United, where was Man United? You're going to a side that's struggling, and you said no, you don't want to go to a side that's struggling.
Man is still struggling.
The story with these two,
it's still the same thing. They are
the story
still
with these
struggling.
two cases are different.
How?
The story with these two cases are different. This is an 18-year-old boy who has played 60 matches for Lille in French Ligue 1. His contract expires next year. This is a delete who has played 4 or 3 seasons. Let's say 60 matches as well, 60 matches plus for Ajax, and he's wanted by Man United, a struggling Man United at that time. And you say no, you want to go to Juventus. At first, you say no, you don't want to Man United, but you need another big club in Europe. Now you're going for another big club in Europe, and Juventus calls for you. At the time, Juventus were complete. Juventus had Chiellini, Bonucci. They had every complete defender in the world at the time, because that pairing at that time was the best pairing in defense. Chiellini and Bonucci. But you said you wanted to, you would fit right in. And at that time, Man United had no defenders. Man United had only Iceman, Victor Lindelof, and Maguire, who were not doing great. Now he was the best player to come in that side and fill that spot for Victor Lindelof, but he didn't. Now after some time, he went to Juventus. He was rooting for Bayern Munich or Real Madrid, but Juventus came calling and he went to Juventus. Now you rejected Man United to go for Juventus, who was facing point deduction.
Then he didn't know.
Now
time.
you went all the way, and now you ended up at Bayern Munich. Just after 6 months of you playing for Bayern Munich, they bought a defender to replace you. In another 6 months, they bought another 2 defenders to further push you down the pecking order. Now in Bayern Munich, you're having Meccano and Kim Min-jae starting ahead of Delete, which is not supposed to be. I'll say this anytime. Delete is a better defender than Meccano anytime, any day. I'll say it with my hands on my chest. I'll hit if you like, debate it anywhere. He has a better track back record. He has a better creative passing record. But on the ball, he's better than Meccano. Moving forward, he's better than Meccano. He has every contribution, tackles and all of that. He's better than, but yet Meccano puts him on the bench. Why? So you've gone from Ajax to Juventus to Bayern Munich, and you're not wanted at these clubs you want to go to.
But unfortunately for everybody, match time of the guy.
The coach of Man United likes him. You know, there's this I saw on the social media the other day, and I was like, it's a joke. Before they say Man United is an English squad, because when you look at Man United side, all players in Man United, let's say 95% of the players at Man United at some point, or 85% of Man United at some point, were English players. But now the story is changing. The backroom stars are all Dutchmen. Most of the players coming in, or perhaps most of the key players,
just like
coming
Arsenal.
in,
Everyone thought that Arsenal was a French team.
The same thing goes with Wolverhampton Wanderers. Portugal national team, that's what we call Wolf, under Nuno Espirito Santos. Portugal national team. Even now, it still happens where 70% of the players in Wolf are from Portugal. So with Man United now, they're trying to build a team from each, build a team that has collectively every individual or every country that has good talent from them. And I'm saying this as respect to Man United. Delete is not part of that group.
I think they should buy. Delete because they are looking at, even people are saying that they use Braithwaite to deceive the media, and they move to this guy. So who do you think they should buy? Because really. Now they have Euro there, they have Maguire, they have Lucian Martinez. So
Victor
they have,
Lindelof and all of
they
that.
have a whole lot of defenders.
If you're
and
calling
they-
defenders,
if
please
you-
don't
if
call
you-
the rest of those names you just
If,
want to
if
call.
you ask me, they just have Licha and Euro. Every other person there is not supposed to be in the
Ever signed a
conversation.
one-year contract.
Every
There's
other
a
person
Maguire,
there should not be
there's
in
a
the
Victor Lindelof.
conversation.
I'll put him in that list. I'll put him in that list,
I
Victor.
disagree.
Okay, they are now. Greenwood have landed in Marseille. He's going to sign his contract today. Yesterday we were talking like if he's going to move to Italy, if he's going to move to France. Now he has agreed to move to France. He's landed yesterday. They are going to do the medicals, and he's going to be playing for Marseille. So, guys, quick one: do you think he's going to succeed at Marseille? Because I think it's a loan. It's going to be a loan, but they are going to be looking at options to buy him at the end of the season. So, do you think that he's going to do well in France, or do you think that France is the best place for him to build his career again, or because we are thinking of him going back to Spain or going to Italy? Now he chose to go to France. Probably is a personal decision. So do you think with Marseille now, Abaima is to Saudi, so he's going to be the main guy, obviously. So do you think he's going to do well?
We said there was a debate between me and John on this show yesterday, and we was talking about Greenwood and what the mayor of the city was saying and what the CEO of the club was saying. Two different perspectives, you understand? But now I get to understand that the fan base wanted a striker that goals.
People love Greenwood finally.
And they went on to check his record. He was the best player in last season. He was the best player in Getafe last season. Now you look at his record at Getafe, creating chances, scoring goals, playing from the flanks, and also playing as a striker for Getafe, and they say we want him. This is what the fan base are saying now. We want him. And after the fan base went riot and the mayor doesn't know what to say about it, perhaps a way to convince him through law. But law doesn't happen on the pitch. It's football they're playing. They're not playing courtroom. What's it called? Courtroom. It's not the case of lawyer and judge. It's the case of give me the pass, let me score a goal. And it's not what happens in my house. What happens in my house could go to the courtroom. What happens on the pitch stays on the pitch. What happens in my house can go to the courtroom. I don't mind. Now, with all these debates around Greenwood, the club went ahead to convince him better of a better pay, a better treatment, and a place to stay.
And the coach wants him too.
Exactly what I said from the
coach wants him. And
because at the end of the day, the mayor can say what he wants to say. He's occupying his political office. At the end of the day, the final arbiter is the president of the club. And like I said, that the club will just need to have that personal conversation with Greenwood and get the deal over the line. So fantastic on all ends.
So now I think they booked a private jet for him. So maybe he arrived at Marseille on a Thursday, Wednesday afternoon or Wednesday evening, and he'll be having his medicals on today, which is going to be good for him. Maybe build his career from there. And I said this before, and I'll say it again. This scandal has ruined his chances of playing for the English national team. And he's now wanted by, I think before the Copa America, they were pursuing him very heavily. Antonio called him out and said, please come and play for this country. We are all from the same place. We are all, and I think Leon Bailey also put a call through to him. So I think from the next Copa America, you'll be seeing him play for Jamaican national team.
Let's see what happens there. And let's move over to Italy, because Rabiot contract is done with Juventus. He has not signed a new contract and he's done with Juventus. So the rumor is there that he's going to pick another club. He have not decided the clubs to pick. He is 29 years old. He doesn't want to sign, or he's still looking at those contracts they gave him with Juventus. Except something heavy happens in Juventus, he will sign. But apart from them, he's trying to move, probably try another club. Now, if you are a club, your favorite club, John, do you think you can buy Rabiot, because he's a good player? He played for France almost all the games in the Euros. Now, which club do you think that will fit? Do you think he should go to Manchester United? Because Manchester United needs. I saw a tweet on social media. Somebody said, sell everything and bring in Rabiot is practically almost the same thing. He adds something to your score. So do you think he should go to Manchester United, John?
For me, I don't think it's a good move for Manchester United, though. It wouldn't be the mode of player I'll be looking for at Manchester United. It wouldn't be the mode of player I'll be looking for, because if you ask me, with the players they have in that area, I don't think he needs adding Rabiot to Manchester United. I think
steal for me.
It's a steal.
It's
a steal, no doubt, but not for. It's not going to take Manchester United leaps forward. maybe just a few steps forward.
A few
That's-
or just a half step.
What do you
Half
have
step.
against, what do you have against Rabiot?
Half step. The same thing I have against the Leeds is what I have against Rabiot. The same thing. I'm a fan of people. Okay, I bleed claret and blue. I am East London forever. But anybody will shame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, I'm going to invest on that person anytime, every day. Rabiot was wanted by Man United under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at some point, and he chose to stay with Juventus. Now, this is not because he was playing at Juventus. He was the benchwarmer at Juventus. Man United were struggling. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer needed him. They begged him. This was when he said this is at that minute he agreed the deal with Man United in principle. And at the last stage of the game, he signed a new contract with Juventus. Okay, I'll say fine. He's loyal to Juventus. Fine. I wouldn't have that same beef with him though. But this is a player that has not created up to 10 chances per game.
He is a CM. I think he's just a controller, something like that.
Do you know how many chances Casemiro created last season per game? 7. He was a DM. Do you know how many chances Kobe Mainoo creates a game? People will say he doesn't give forward passes. Yes, we agree. But he tackles the ball. He gives forward passes when necessary. He handles the attacking position when necessary. He moves forward when necessary. Just like Declan Rice. How many chances Declan Rice creates? Declan Rice creates at least 10 chances per game. Let's say at the average every season, Declan Rice creates at least 50 chances every season. Odegaard creates 90. Bruno creates about 95. You understand? Kevin De Bruyne creates maybe 80. You understand? Rabiot does not create up to 30 per season. And you want midfielders that will defend you but and also create you chances, because that's where the job is. Creating chances, not finishing them. Finishing them is quite easy, but it's hard if you have a striker like Antonio up front or Lucas Kamaka. You have difficulty finishing chances. But you need strikers that could finish those chances. Then creating chances will come easy. You understand? So Rabiot for me is half an inch step forward if he comes to Man United. So they need players. Eriksen is far, but Eriksen creates at least 70 chances a season. So if by chances created,
if you look at it in a normal play, Eriksen is an attacking player, even though they moved him back to a CM player. Sure. But you can't compare. Rabiot is purely a CM player. He's not really made there to attack. He's just made there to just control what happens in the midfield. But it depends on where you go. But every club will submit him, whether I like it or not, he's the top player. So most clubs will have to submit. I'm not talking about Manchester United. Everybody, I just saw that too, because if you look at it, Manchester United needs a CM.
I'll compare him to one of the players Man City just got recently, last season. What do you compare him with? The rates of Kovacic? Kovacic and Rabiot are the same spec of players, right? If you agree with me. But yet Kovacic creates small chances. Kovacic is good on the ball. He doesn't panic on the ball. But Rabiot does. It's about you on the ball. I'm always curious about you on the ball.
You can.
There's one thing one of my senior colleagues will say as a coach. He will say, if you're going to scout a player, don't just look at what he does with the pass. Look at what he can do without the ball on his feet. Off the ball runs. That's why I will rate Donny van der Beek ahead of Kovacic anytime, any day. But I'm just scared to say that now.
Van der Beek does not play. I've not played game for almost 1 year.
Now that's the same thing.
See what I'm saying now. So you can say we can analyze everything you want to analyze, but if you look at French coach, trust him and he's playing. And Juventus have trusted him for almost 5 years. He's been playing almost all the games. So if you look at the way he plays, that means if these two clubs and this country trust him to play starting 11, that means he's doing something right. So probably he has not said where he's going to go, but I'm just feeling that him going to Manchester United will fit him. But okay, guys, remember we are live on YouTube now. We are having a lot of comments on our YouTube, and they are already attacking us here. Okay, let's go to read some of our comments before we move over to the next news. Chukwuemeka Nnaji say in Madrid he will be needed. He's talking about Euro. In Madrid, he will be needed. Rudiger and Militao are the only fit centre backs in Madrid. I don't want to count on Alaba. He won't be fit till next year, so he would have been needed. That's what he said. He's talking about he could have chosen.
He should pay the 60 million, and will perhaps move back
and choosing depending. So Emmanuel Ekitike he's saying Rabiot is far better player than 95% of United midfielders. Aside the young Mialu and Fernandez, who is there? Rabiot is a big upgrade there. And also, Rabiot is not a creative or attacking midfielder. Rabiot is a good player. Kovacic went to Man City. Kovacic went to a City team that all their players from the midfield are made to create. So he is saying that Okitibi is saying that he is better than 95%. Look at what
Totally disagree.
Okay, what do Manchester name me midfielder that Manchester United have? Casemiro is almost in his 30s.
You can't compare him to Cassie because Cassie is old and he's
the CM they have there now.
The CMs they have there, Kobe Meno. Let's say Kobe Meno, for instance.
He said apart from Kobe Meno,
apart from Kobe Meno, Scotty is a hustler.
Because they are planning to sell again. He's on the news again.
He's a hustler. They might sell him. He's a hustler, and Rabiot is not. You say he's not a creative. Wait, I want to correct him there now. He says he's not a creative player. That's the problem. Man United don't need someone to come and join Casemiro in defending. No,
he's not a creative midfielder. He's not totally a defensive midfielder. He's a CM. That's what I'm saying.
Apologies there. Let me ask you another question. We're comparing CMs. Yeah, we're comparing CMs on this show. Where does Ilkay Gundogan play?
It depends on what they want to play. From Germany.
Germany. No.
Let's ask you. Compare.
Now you can't compare. Where does Gundogan play? Is it not a CM?
Of course.
He's a CM. Does he create enough chances for City? Yes or no?
He
creates enough chances. What does that tell you? CMs are where the work starts. The work does not start from the AM. The work starts from the CM.
Because he's just talking about Manchester United. Tell me one Manchester United midfielder that is better than Rabiot. That's what you say.
Now look at. I called Eriksen, and I called
Eriksen is
Eriksen went on a heart surgery and came back, and anytime, any day, he's better than Rabiot. I'll say it anytime, any day. There is a Scotty who is a workhorse. Now, what does a CM do? A DM connects the defense to the midfield. A CM collects the ball from the DM and connects the attack. That is where the work for creativity starts, not from the defensive line. It's from the midfield.
Okay, to be saying on our YouTube, how can you compare Scott to Rabiot? No, I don't know how to make this comparison. But
for me, if you look at this situation clerically now, you are going to find out that Rabiot as a person, as a name, as a brand, is better than the other three people you have inside the Manchester United team, just off him as a person, with regards to how he plays the ball and how these other people play the ball. But now those guys are not big enough names, so they are underrated, if we were to say that, because they haven't had the success Rabiot has had, and they are playing good football, but maybe Rabiot is a few clicks ahead of them. But for me, if you sign Rabiot into Manchester United, and maybe you let go of Eriksen, maybe you let go of Scotty and this other guy, then I would say yes, he's a better, bring him in, move all these big players out, and then bring in somebody else to complement the team. But
and bring in somebody else.
It's not happening. It's not happening right now. You get so for me, the way the squad is now, you let this squad be, and then they bring one or two signings to add to that midfield that are going to be the building blocks of the next Manchester United. And by coming summer, you clear out.
For me, I think the only thing I have against Rabiot is his age. He's 29 years old. So if Manchester is trying to build for the future, you might say, okay, let's look at younger players. But if
he's going to get 4-5 seasons,
if he's going to Man United, just like Varane came on a free and left on a free. If he's going to Man United on a free, we'll say fine. Let him go on a free.
His contract has expired with Juve,
and
so
he will
on a free.
And now he's
going to move.
You know, Man United are looking at. Okay, Bo is not here now. After all these praises I sang for Fabian Ruiz, I'll prefer him in that position, him and Manuel Ugarte in that position than Rabiot anytime, any day. Now, if Rabiot is coming on a free, then fine. If Rabiot is coming on a free, bring him in, then bring in Ugarte. If Rabiot is not coming, bring in Fabian and Manuel Ugarte.
Okay, let's see what Manchester United will do. Even this Fabian Ruiz didn't play much for PSG, but their coach, Spanish
this
coach,
is a player you trust.
You trust him, but if you look at PSG, he wasn't actually a starter throughout the PSG.
You can't really blame him there because of coaching issues there.
Okitibi is still saying here, a regular for Juve and French national team for years. So whether I like it or not, everybody knows that he's a regular thing.
He's a regular for Juve. As new coach come now, they find escape routes.
So
because he doesn't go to bench.
It depends on how you want to see it now. So
the coach knows.
If you look at his contract has expired, even the rumor says that they are still offering him a contract. If something different, just if it happen in Juventus, he will sign. If not, he's moving. It's a personal choice for him now. But if you look at it, he's still a top player. Even in
Why
that
hasn't he
Juventus,
signed?
he doesn't
They've
probably.
given him a contract. He's not signed yet. He's looking
He's
at.
played
He's looking
with
at.
Juventus now for a
For a very
couple
long-
of years, so he's looking at
Sometimes
his
you
options.
want to try other things.
Yeah,
If-
he
okay,
may be looking
if
at
you are a
going
player,
to the
if you are a
Premier
player
League.
now,
Let me tell you the
no, so
truth.
if you're
Let
a
me tell
player
you
and you are
the
you are in
truth.
Juventus,
The truth is, no other team is submitting bids for him. Except for
I
Man
disagree.
United.
Nobody is
Except for
going
Man
to
United.
submit a
Man
bid
United
because
submitted
they are
a
going
bid
to
for him
offer
4
him
years ago.
contracts.
Man United submitted a bid for him 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and he did not take it.
But
Now,
just drop
no
this,
team
drop
is submitting bids for him.
antic.
Check
You
the
can't call.
records.
You can't. I disagree with you here because you are just being personal. Now,
Why is it not
this is
after
getting
3 years?
personal.
Why is it not
This
listed
is
linked to Man
getting
United? Why is it
personal.
not?
I disagree.
Why is it not linked to
You are
Bayern
just
Munich?
being petty.
Why is it not linked to Real
his
Madrid?
contract is up, and Manchester United can get him in on a free and maybe agree contract deals. And don't be surprised, you could use Manchester United as further to get a better contract from Juve and stay
Okay,
back.
Man United now where everybody goes
I'm
build
telling
their
you
career.
what is on the table.
everybody is building.
Because he's looking out for number one, which is himself.
Now,
There does he want to grow, take his family, like for example, consider the Messi deal. The Messi deal went through because Messi felt the US was a better place to raise his family, his kids, and spend the last years of his career playing football. So this guy is 29 now. He has maybe 5 or 6 seasons left in him.
so now Man
Maybe
United
3
now.
is going to be in the Europe
So
and
Man
3
U-
elsewhere. So he's looking at his options right now because he can stay back at Juve, or somebody can call him to go to Spain or England,
I
and
think
he's keeping his options open.
He's weighing his options.
So
Yeah.
now Man United they go build career now.
Like you Savio. Okay, remember guys, we are live on YouTube. Our YouTube at Volt FM Sports. We are live on YouTube now. Drop your comments. We'll be reading your comments live here in the studio. Okay, Emmanuel Okitibi is saying at Nonso, when Bala came to Chelsea, he came as a free agent. Was he a bad player? He's talking about free players. Okay,
Michael,
Michael Ballack, yeah.
better player now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Was the captain of Germany at the time.
He's saying that he moving as a free agent doesn't make him a bad
I'm not
player.
saying not everybody that moves as a free agent. Rafael moved as a free agent. He wasn't a bad defender. He was a good defender. Plenty players move on a free does not make them bad.
Okay, let's move on to Manchester United. Manchester United is always on the news because they are trying to rebuild. They have brought a whole lot of backroom staff. For me, the Hag doesn't have an excuse. They are buying him defender that he needs. They are buying him players that he needs. He has their skin now. He has a defender Euro now. He has a whole lot of people that are still coming in. So let's hope that they probably win the league. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but
Which league?
I don't know. Okay, guys, you can conversation here on the studio. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. You can call us and tell us your contribution about this transfers, Manchester United and all. Okay, let's move up from Manchester United and move to City a little bit. City is trying to start a winger, Savio from France. If you look at this deal, they have a whole lot of wingers in Manchester City, but he's still trying to. I think what he's just trying to do is to beef up his squad. I don't think Manchester City is a complete squad. What do you think that they need a winger? And also in that, they want to buy this winger. Do you think they need a winger in that squad?
On the left, I don't have a problem. On the left, there's a Doku, a Jack Grealish. So anytime you take off one, there's one person to replace him. On the right,
From the right,
on the right,
Foden,
on
he
the
can
right,
place over there.
Foden also
Foden
still
is not his
plays.
natural position.
I know, but he plays from there.
Foden plays on the middle. They do a tinkering. What they call tinkering is, please, I know you're not good in this position, but just play there for now. So Foden can go to the left and play in the right, but naturally we know he comes behind the striker.
Okay,
Same thing with Kelvin.
Let's take this call. Hello, good morning. Good morning. Name and location, please. Okay, Edison, what is your contribution? John. Well, nobody expected this though. Okay. All right. Thank you for your contribution. He's saying no, so that you don't like Manchester United. Now, why are you always attacking Manchester United though? So it depending on what Manchester United want to do. Probably, let's hope. Me, I don't want them to win the league personally. For a personal reason, I don't want. But let's see what happens. So we are talking about Manchester City, guys.
No,
So
I'm saying from the right, this person makes what's it called? Kevin plays from the right, though we know that's not his natural position. He plays from the middle. Foden plays from the middle. So we call tinkering with tactics. You force these players who are good on the ball to play anywhere they want to play. So you have a fluid formation. But Man City, apart from Bernardo Silva, after letting Mahrez go, aside Bernardo Silva that plays from the right, no other person plays from the right naturally.
okay,
So I
that's
think
true.
from the right, they need players from the right who can come in and get you games.
Okay. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Name and location, please.
I'm calling from Ghana.
See, what's your name and location?
Sorry, I'm calling from Ghana.
Okay. Okay, what's your contribution?
I know that for contribution. Well, I don't know
Chelsea, because Chelsea have not made. Oh, okay. Thank you. He said that we are talking about Manchester United. Okay. No, Chelsea have not really made a big transfer apart from the defender tossing they made. They have not really signed a player, and they have been linked with other players, but they are still looking to get out, probably plan their transfer well. When Chelsea start making big transfers, we are going to sit down and talk about Chelsea.
After spending 50 billion in 2 weeks, you want to spend another one?
Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, he called back. He said that Manchester Chelsea know they play anything. That they no go feel carry even anything this season. But let's look at what will happen.
No, it's definite because Carabao Cup is there for the lifting.
If you look at, I know you worry that we are not talking about Chelsea and Arsenal and other clubs. They have not actually made a big move in this. They are still trying to plan their transfer. Chelsea are still gradually, because they spent a whole lot of money in the past 2 seasons. So
someone spent
almost $1.2
billion in 6 months, and you expect him to come this year and in another 6 months and spend another 500,000. So come on now, that's too much, man.
So guys, so if we have Chelsea news, we'll talk about Chelsea news, because now it's Manchester United that are making all the transfer moves in the market. Okay, John, you are saying something about Savio to Manchester City.
No, so I'm saying on the right, Man City needs, just like what Arsenal needs right now on the right, replacement for Saka. Man City as well needs a natural right wing forward. You understand? They could go to Man United and take the spinner from Man United. The
Nobody's talking about Anthony.
No, they can go and take the Toningari stick from Man United and make him a better player, because I believe Anthony is a good player. He's a better player if only he's been given that freedom to do what he does. You understand? At Man United or at Man City, it's a one-touch football they play there. You can only dribble when you are in tight corners in Man City. So in Man United, you have that freedom. That's why I think it shows Man United. But if he goes to Man City, he might excel better. You understand? Because they will always give him the ball in a tight angle to distract defenders so other people can play their one-touch football and score goals. So I think Man City should go for a natural right wing forward. And this time around, I'm looking at Samuel Chukwueze. He's been, I don't know if he's been forced out of.
Chukwueze going to Manchester City.
At some point, I felt like he's been forced out of AC Milan just after 18 months or perhaps 1 year of arriving at AC Milan. At some point, I felt like he's been forced out of AC Milan, so he can go there as well. You know, this is a better player in the right wing position I have seen in years.
Okay, let's move on from Manchester City, because I think Pep Guardiola's squad is complete. Just like Arsenal, getting players now from these both clubs is dicey, because if you look at their squad, I won't say that they are complete. They are not looking for depth. They are looking for players they can buy,
which is what everybody's looking for.
But no, Manchester United are building, so that's why they are buying almost all the players in the market. But you don't compare them with Arsenal and Arsenal and Manchester City,
Yeah.
that their squad is basically complete. Even looking to offload, like Arsenal is looking to offload some players that are not playing, so you can't compare both of them. Okay, let's move over to Saudi, because there's a whole lot of things happening in Saudi. People are leaving. Rakitic said that he doesn't want to continue with Saudi Arabia again. That is done. So sometimes people go there for money, but they go there and they don't like the environment after 1 year, 6 months.
I think it's not the environment. I think it's mostly the culture shock.
The culture shock. Now, Rakitic is now moving back to Europe somehow. He wants to go back to Saudi. That means even all the money there, he's going back to Saudi.
You know, really enjoy AC 247. You can't see me dance another song. He said, "I go agree." He's in Saudi.
Yeah,
the weather, the atmosphere,
the temperature.
The atmosphere in Europe is quite different from the atmosphere in Saudi. You know, the temperature, the play weather. Come on, you can't say it's not the weather. Anything affects the play in Saudi. So I believe these players are making moves to Saudi. After some time, they feel like the environment is not conducive for them. They move back to Europe and play where they are born to play, where they are groomed to play. That's how many of these players, you see them after evaluating their options, they choose to go to China and Japan, or perhaps to go to the US.
Everybody's going to Saudi because Saudi is where all the money is.
Now, the money, after you look at the money and you see that it doesn't go with what your beliefs are, or perhaps what your play style is, or perhaps anything that surrounds you, what you want to do as a person doesn't go with what you want to do as a person, you start going back to Europe, you start going back to maybe US. Again, that's why most of this, at first we saw the likes of Oscar and the rest of the midst of going to Saudi when Saudi was still fresh, they were going to China and Turkey. Now, after coming back to go to US, you get where the money also is. The thing is, US is to build because Saudi is trying to build a footballing nation. They're trying to build themselves to be a footballing nation. Same as the United States. The MLS are trying to, that's why you look at the MLS this recently. You see them picking out scouts, you see the scouts picking out players from the MLS as well. So I think Saudi is too harsh for some of these players, and after some time they feel like, no, I want to go back to Europe so I could retire and continue.
Talking about Saudi, Alain Saint-Maximin, he moved from Saudi again. He's moving to Fenerbahce. He's going to play for Jose Mourinho. If you see this player, after 1 year, he's moving back to Europe to play European football. Now, if you look at that deal, he's one of the first signings of Jose Mourinho. The way the guy dribbles, he's a talented player. I don't know what really happened to me. No big club asked for him when he was at Newcastle.
What really happened to him was Newcastle happening to him.
He would have moved when Manchester United was looking for him. I didn't know why he was
rumored.
That was stuck with Newcastle.
But it was rumored to be linked with Man United. Man United never went for him. Never submitted a bid. There were discussions, but they never submitted a bid for him. You get?
Now moving away from Saudi. Why are they moving away from Saudi? They don't like money again.
It's not. That's why I said it's not the money. It's not the money. It's the culture and the culture shock that comes with Saudi. Okay, like for example, I give you a clear-cut example. I remember that if you go to Saudi currently, there are some freedoms you have in Europe that you won't find there. You won't find all those stuff that players indulge in their pastimes. It's not there. You also find some things that you cannot do. Some freedoms you used to have, you cannot have them. And then if you also now look at the culture shock to the way people react and relate in South, it's not the same thing. So you have to adjust. You can't do some things, So it's kind of restrictive and it's not helping now.
No. So do you think it's a good signing for Jose? But you want to wrestle that league back from Gala. So do you think Galatasaray, do you think that him buying this kind of player because everybody knows Jose will cause controversies in that league, Turkish league. I'm waiting for the league to start because he must say something in the press that was scattered everywhere. He will scatter, but now he buy this player. He's trying to prove the squad to win that league. Do you think he can now win that league with these players he's getting?
2 years from now, yes.
Okay, not next year. Not this season.
Not this season. 2 years from now, yes, because he's going to use this season.
I won't put it past Jose to win it this season.
He will use this season to build.
Basically.
You need 18 months to build a team, and now he's getting. They're not started buying players yet.
When he came to Chelsea 2004, he won it that first season.
Maybe.
Okay.
And everybody said it was difficult for a foreign coach to come to the Premier League and win it in the first season.
You know why?
Simple and short.
Because the man at that time was strict. Yes, the manager at that time, the owner of Chelsea at that time, Abramovich, He's not the kind of player that would give you time like Todd Bailey will give you 6 months and 18 months to build a team and spend 1.5 billion euros and buy players, and after 6 months you're not getting into
The
finals.
players Jose bought and the players Boli are buying are not on the same level.
Come on now.
They are not on the same level at all.
If this was 20,
They are not on the same level. And then
Julio-
the manager who was bringing it together, it's not the same. It's not.
let me
They
now
are not
tell
the
you
same
this.
part.
At the
It's
same
a
time,
different situation where you are brought in as a manager and empowered by the owner, and you go, I want A, B, C, D, E, F, and they give you A, B, C, D, E, F, and you are able to work with them.
I think the difference between Abramovich and this their Boli, this their current owner, because when Jose came in, Jose said, for instance, he said, I want Drogba. They gave him Drogba. I want Ruben. They gave him Ruben. He was picking his own players. But if you look at this Chelsea, even when Pochettino was there, they
It's
were buying
Todd
players.
Boli that is buying player. If you
I think
fancy
that's
this
just
guy,
the
world
difference
best,
between both
buy
of
him.
them.
I fancy this guy, buy him.
Just like Modric,
And
I don't think
that-
they
I don't
needed
sign
that's not
players.
true. At the time they bought,
Modric was trending on Twitter because of that and keeping up challenge on Twitter. Who is Modric? Arsenal are looking for him. Buy him. That's simple. That's Chelsea FC. That's how they landed up with about 35 players with
When
a
they
huge,
landed
humongous
up-
wage bill and a stadium that cannot even generate revenue to pay salaries right now. So it's crazy.
see, when they signed DJ Drogba, did you know who he was?
I didn't know who he was, but Jose
This-
wanted
But
him.
the
Jose
same
knew
thing,
him.
because Jose played
And
against
Jose
him.
wanted
Because Jose
him.
played against him in the Champions League with Porto when he was coaching Porto at that time. And what happened? This was Jose that won the Champions League with Porto.
Let's not forget
Just
that.
months
Just
before he
not
went to
forget
Chelsea.
that.
No, so what I'm saying is that Jose wanted this player. Pochettino, did he want Modric? That's what I'm asking.
How many players did Pochettino, when Pochettino was on the seat, how many players did Chelsea buy? Most of the players Pochettino met on that side was, the only addition he made to that side was Cole Palmer.
That's what I'm saying. So Chelsea was buying without even the coaches.
Which means Graham Potter was in charge when Chelsea made most of this signing.
Yes.
Not
And
Mourinho.
let's not forget that Graham Potter was brought in as a coach. He's not a manager. Do you understand? He's not in charge of the signings and all this other stuff. Just like we have Arsenal, we have
You have a style of play. You
we
have
have
a list.
Mikel and Edu.
So-
Okay, and these two guys are working together to build the Arsenal you are seeing.
So
And, yeah, go ahead.
can Jose Mourinho win this league, John, in
Yes,
the first season?
1,000 times yes in the first season.
He also
Yes.
disagrees. He says it's a team.
Yes,
Let's
doable.
watch what and see. That
Let's
league-
see how the transfer window ends. Then we know
Yeah,
if they can
should
win
not
this
say,
season. But I'm just
and-
saying this next season.
Okay, guys, we are live on YouTube at both FM Sports. We are live now on YouTube. You can drop your comments. We are reading live here in the studio. You can join the conversation on us here with us here in the studio. The number to call is 0706 048 5853. 0706 048 5853. Let's read some of our comments here on our YouTube channel. Amechi Aaron is saying, at Godwin, you don't want Manchester United to win the league before Arsenal. Okay. Emmanuel Okitibi is saying, at Nonson, if now you get City, will you buy Chukwuekezie?
Lie. How can you even
Some
That guy,
Chukwueze.
Okay.
Somewhere,
That
that
guy,
guy,
if you're talking about
that guy
right
don't
now.
join, I beg. He
Eh,
say if
no.
you are a City person, will you City owner, will you
Lie,
buy
lie.
Chukwuekezie? Then he's also saying,
Man, you mean
how can you compare this bully overpriced and overrated player to Jose's team at Nottingham?
I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying both players you knew in Chelsea then, we don't know them. Truth be told, we don't know these players. The same thing that's happening with Todd Bowley. It's when we see them trend in the media, we say, okay, let's do a player statistics, let's do a player profiling on this player before we know what the player plays like. Understand? Okay, let's say for the likes of Michael Jackson, the dancer, how many goals did he have at Villarreal? He was from Villarreal. How many goals did he have at Villarreal?
Call his full name, please.
Nico Jackson.
Nico Jackson, please. Yes.
Missing goal in front of empty net and start dancing. When he scores one goal in 7, after missing 10 chances, he scores one. He dances the whole 5 minutes of the goal. So players like that were getting from Villarreal, from Spanish La Liga. What was his chances created like? Nobody knew about him then. Then I want to respond to him who says, will I get Samuel Chukwueze? Samuel and Doku have the same style of play. Don't get me wrong. They are sent in. They are not sent in when you need to. What's it called? When you're winning games, you can't send those two people in. When you're looking for a win, you send those people in with a style. You know what the instruction is? Go there and cause trouble. That's what Doku will get you. That's what Against Man United, you saw when they brought him in, they said, go there and get me trouble. And he got the trouble. Against Real Madrid in the Champions League, the instruction was, go there and get me something. And it was the chance he created that led to the goal that Man City scored. Even in the FA Cup finals against Man United. So the same thing with Samuel Chukwueze. Anytime you want to get results, send him in and tell him instructions. Go there and get me something. And he will get you chances.
He's not a starter. He's a substitute player.
I'm not saying it.
That's what you're saying.
I'm saying either as a bench or as a starter, he will get you results.
Okay, guys. Okay, let's move out from that and move over to transfer. Let's just move out. I'll mention these transfers. Ruiz, he quit Dortmund last season, so he's going to move into LA Galaxy. Ruiz from Dortmund. Marco Ruiz is moving from Dortmund to LA Galaxy. Then Barcelona has confirmed that Yamal will wear the number 19 shirt. He's gradually following his idol's footsteps. Let's see how he's going to be He's playing next season, because he's going to be their star player, obviously, next season. That light will be on him. If they could get the other guy from Bilbao, it will going to be a fantastic team they will have. Now, let's move over to Real Madrid. Modric has signed a 1-year contract. It's going to keep him here for 1 more season, John. I don't think he's going to be a starter now, but he's going to be there probably if they needed something different. But if you look at that team now, he is only, if I can think of it, he's the only, apart from, he's the only creative player they have. Probably that's why they're keeping him. Gula is there, but I think they want to trust Modric for 1 more season. Do you think he will have stayed, or probably going to try?
I think it's a wise move. It's a smart move. His influence on younger players, even what he brings to the team on the pitch. So yes, keep him and then make the most out of him while you look for an understudy that can come in and follow his path.
You say look for you don't look for understudy now. The understudy is already there. There are 2 understudies.
Gula is not a controller. Gula is not a CM.
That's what I'm saying. Not really an understudy, because there are 2 understudies there. There's an under Gula, there's a Jude Bellingham. Now you see the first what's it called? Valverde, Federico from the front. He's no longer playing in the right wing forward position. Now that position is for Rodrigo. Come to the midfield and play with the team. There's a Camavinga also who has been learning for the past 2 years. They're coming up for the bench. Now in midfield, I don't think they need to sign anybody, because according to stats, Real Madrid has the squad for the next 10 years. If you understand me, they have the squad for the next 10 years without buying anybody. So with Andagula coming in, he can play as the attacking midfielder, while Jude Bellingham can go and play his normal position as a CM, or perhaps still compete in front. I know you want to go back to that English side. Calm down. You can't go. I won't drag you there. Calm down. I won't drag you there. Now he can go there because they have. And for recently, Madrid have been playing. Let's look at what it is. Madrid has. I was telling you the other day. Madrid has been playing a 4-4-2 diamond formation.
Okay.
2 people in front, 2 wingers. Jude Bellingham coming as the first line and as an attacking midfielder. Toni Kroos and Valverde then maybe a defensive midfielder at their back, maybe a Camavinga or a Tchouaméni or any other person. Or maybe you can just tweak it and play Valverde in defensive midfield, Toni Kroos and Camavinga and Jude Bellingham. And this is what in this coming season, it's all going to change. Now you see people running head-to-head in front. You won't know who to mark. You won't know who to hold on.
They had Mbappe
because of Mbappe. So because nobody want to play the flank with Mbappe, nobody want to say this is my natural position. I want to play here. You go and play there. You want to run around. And Mbappe excels better when he's running around the front line, not when he's being played from the natural left or when he's being played as a striker. When he's being played as a striker, he flops. He's a total flop. But when he's running around that front line, any position, left, right, center, he's doing midfield this time around. They'll have to force him. Now, this is a 8 games league match. You have to learn how to play in that position within the next 38 games. That is what the instruction to Jude is now. But for the English side, it's just 6 games. You won't be able to force him to play in that position. So for the next, you're able to learn to play alongside Valverde in midfield or alongside Camavinga.
Okay, it's a good move for Modric to sign a 1-year contract.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
let's
they
move
can
on.
learn from him.
Now they are looking to sign a right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold. Carvajal is in his 30s, so they're trying to bring a star player. You know, I think I like Real Madrid. They just go for star players or potential star players. They don't have time to be experimenting things. Now, do you think that them going for this guy Arnold this summer, or do you think that they should give Carvajal 1 more year and go for him next season? John?
No, they can bring they don't need to move Carvajal on now. They can bring Trent in and play both of them. Trent can come in and sit on the bench for a couple of games.
Trent coming, I don't think it's possible. No, so what?
For me,
With
it's
the
possible.
with
It's
the
Real
message.
He's
Madrid.
25 years. How can he come from Liverpool and play
It's Real
bench
Madrid. It's Real Madrid for crying out loud.
for who?
Rudiger play bench. Rudiger from Chelsea. He come the first 3 months. He did bench. He say, who is Trent? If Rudiger can come to Real Madrid and sit on the bench for 3 months, who is Trent? Trent can come and go to the academy and go to the Castilla
Wow.
and play. Who is Trent? No, it's true. If Almighty Rudiger at his peak can go to Real Madrid and sit on the bench for more than 3 months, it means Trent can come to Real Madrid and they will send him to the under-19s to go and be training with them. Because, for Carvajal, this is his best season so far, let's be honest. Scoring a Champions League on the finals of Champions League final, having the man of the match in that same game, having his best goal record as a right back.
Yeah, this season.
This is his best season so far. Even I was looking at the list of Ballon d'Or and I was thinking maybe he could even make top 10 at the end of everything, or make top 5 if possible. But he can't just come in and put Carvajal on the bench. It's not possible. This is a player Real Madrid has trusted for the past 7 years and has been giving results. So Trent can come in and fight for that spot, maybe play 60. Carvajal, if the coach can switch tactics well, Carvajal goes forward. If they lose the ball, he comes back and defend. Trent does not have that defensive capability. So you always want to play Trent when you know you are always on the board. You're playing against an Osasuna side who you know will hit you on the break. Rudiger and Militao can sit back.
If you look at it, Real Madrid doesn't have a deputy right back.
Who?
For Real Madrid, who plays there if Carvajal is injured?
Militao plays there.
Militao or
Akojiko, what's his name?
Militao is the centre back. This guy, what's his name? That got that penalty that Ronaldo scored against Juventus. The winger, he was a winger, but not playing.
I'm saying I wanted to mention names that play in that number in that right back.
That is a striker.
No, Diaz plays in that position, not the other Diaz. And Vasquez, Lucas Vasquez.
Yes, that's
from the winger. Murillo converted him to that.
That's the name I was
and he's been
for.
complained. So I think there's a Diaz that can.
And he signed a 1-year contract too.
There's a Diaz that can, and he's 30 as well. So there's a Diaz that could play there. There's a Vasquez, Lucas Vasquez. There are many players that could play in the right wing position. Real Madrid have issues now is in the left wing position, left back.
They have only Mendy.
Ferland Mendy, then maybe Carvajal can go and play there as a defensive midfielder.
Alaba can play there, but he's always injured.
So you see, that's the only place I would ask them to get in a natural left back. Even the Ferland Mendy that is playing there is not a natural left back. He plays with his right foot. He's confused of which
It's not
leg.
his fault. He's a left back, but he's right-footed.
He plays with both legs, just like Dembele plays. Okay, guys, let me just read quick other news from other clubs. Thiago Alcantara has joined Barca's backroom staff. He's going to be joining Hansi Flick as a backroom staff there.
Good for him.
Good for him. He's retired from football, so he's going to learn his trade there. Hettinger have joined the former Dutch midfielder defender has joined Liverpool's backroom staff, and Morata has officially signed for AC Milan. Okay, guys, that's all we have for you for transfer news today. Tomorrow we'll be probably talking about other clubs, complete deals. Chelsea, everybody's complaining about why we're not talking about Chelsea. Chelsea have not really made bigger moves than other clubs. It's obviously Manchester United because they are building. Let's hope and see what happens in the Premier League next season, because Premier League is about 30 days away. Football players are on leave now, they are resting. Preseason have started, so we're going to talk about some clubs preseason. Some clubs have been playing preseason, like Tottenham Hotspur played 5-1 against Hearts yesterday in their preseason game. So we'll be talking about what clubs are doing in this transfer and where they are preparing for the new season. Okay, thank you for joining us today. Thank you for joining us live on YouTube. All our comments, all our fans from YouTube joining us, and all our callers, thank you for joining us today. My name is Godwin. Remember, our YouTube channel is at Vote FM Sports. We have a whole lot of content there. Go there. Please subscribe, like, and share our comments. We discuss so many, even the Euros that passed, so many Copa America, some transfers, even Nigerian news. We have there on our comments, on our content there. You can go there and watch what we think about these players. Okay, guys, see you tomorrow. My name is Godwin. Thank you guys in the studio. Nonso and Joy. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Up next is news at 9.
4.3 FM, where music meets the voltage. Take a breath and enjoy the show.
Sports. Alex Iwobi gets the ball out to the left-hand side. The delivery comes in. Oh, it's a goal! It's a goal! Entertainment.
This thing is still, this space is still too much.
News and politics.
Enugu State Governor has successfully elected
Gospel.
and let them have dominion. The kingdom of God is within people.
Odenigbo.
Daalụ ndị be anyị ekele m.